What states do you think have the absolute worst pay for teachers? Let's talk about it because my name's Kristen. I'm a teacher, a local union president, and I look at teacher salaries all across the country. So let's get into what some of the worst teacher salaries are. And luckily, we have the educator pay data report from NEA that has done all of the hard work for us. That's how we know that the average teacher salary is $72,000, but the states I'm about to show you are significantly lower than that. So before I show you the list, tell me what states you think are going to be on the list, and are you working in one of them? And what is that like? And what do you think is the absolute worst paid state for teachers in this country? Well, how many of you said Mississippi? Because that is the worst paid state in the country for educators with an average salary of only $53,000. That is almost $20,000 less than the national average for teachers. They're followed by Florida, Missouri, West Virginia, and Louisiana, who were all only $55,000 average salary for their teachers. Then we have South Dakota, Montana, Kansas, North Carolina, Kentucky, all rounding out the top 10 worst paid states with average teacher salaries of $58,000. And it was a tight race because we see Arkansas, North Dakota, Indiana, and Tennessee all barely missing the top 10 because they also have average salaries of only $58,000. What's interesting on here is that Arkansas did rise 5 spots for their average salary from 46 last year to 41 this year. And that's because of the Arkansas Learns Act that was implemented, where everyone in the state that's teaching has to make $50,000. If you want to hear me talk more about that, let me know. And then something else that I find interesting is that North Carolina, my former state, dropped from 38, so they were not in the top 10 worst last year, but now they're 43, so they are. And you will never catch me saying a single positive thing about the North Carolina teacher pay scale as someone that used to teach down there. So let me know if you want a full video just on that one. Anyway, I think it's absolutely crazy that there are 15 states in this country where the average teacher pay isn't even $60,000. The average teacher pay does not reach $60,000 because there are many states where it doesn't matter how long you teach, you will never see $60,000. And a common theme that I see in this list is that these states don't allow for collective bargaining for their teachers. And NEA's report found the same thing because teachers in states that allow for collective bargaining have 24% higher average salaries, $77,000. Compared to states that do not allow for collective bargaining, their average teacher salaries were only $62,000. That's a $15,000 difference. Let me know what you think about this list, and are you someone that is teaching in one of these states? What's it like? Let me know, and let me know what other data you want to see about teacher salaries from across the country.